You know, a lot of very rich, powerful people have seen me throughout the years, the last year and a half, especially since I've been homeless. And I can count on two hands, maybe, how many people actually gave to me when at rock bottom I had nothing. They'd give me some clothes or a meal or a donation, or they'd help me put a roof over my head. Those people will forever be blessed. God was watching the entire time. Most people don't know about me is that I already died. I already met my maker in 2019. I shouldn't even be here. I'm on borrowed time. I shouldn't even be alive. It's actually kind of a crazy story. And so I know who sent me, and most people don't know. And so I think a lot of earth angels, a lot of highly spiritual people who live in the shadows, and they live a very secluded life, but it also is a very spiritually aligned life where they seek first the kingdom of God, not the kingdom of materiality, not the kingdom of money, the kingdom of fame or popularity or whatever. But there have been so many people who scoffed when they saw that I was in pain, or when I needed a meal, or just a kind compliment, or even an email, just a message. Tons of people watched me in pain, watched me with absolute nothing, and just didn't bother at all giving. And it's not just me. It's a whole bunch of people on the planet that are like me and have barely anything to their name. They live a very poor lifestyle. They don't have a ton of monetary provisions, but they're still rich in spirit. And those ones are the ones that still try to make people's day. They still try to make people laugh. They still try to teach the world about love. They would be the first to give their shirt off the back. They would be the first that if they received something from God, they would go and give it to somebody else. That's why I love my ex-boyfriend so much. I call him my ex because he didn't think that I deserved him. Like he thought that he was too broken. He thought I deserved better because he lives on the streets. He's homeless like me. He also doesn't have money, and he's also living by the grace and mercy of God in the same way. But the thing I love about him the most is that when he has money, he gives it to homeless men. He always has a kind thing to say to the mentally ill or those living on the streets. It's like I know that some people judge him because he dumped me on my birthday. But I'm never going to stop loving that man. I think he wanted me to hate him so much that I never chased after him again. I think he wanted me to see him as such a bad option that I go find a king or an emperor or a very high established man. And I did. I did. I did. I've been with a military man who's very high caliber, and he's very powerful, very rich. And he's been here living in this Airbnb. He rented a room next to me, and we've been hitting it off and dating and hanging out, but he's not what I want. I want the man that has nothing and risks everything so that starving men can have food, so that kids don't have to go without a meal. He's modern day Robin Hood in a way. He's helping the very lowly, the very poor. He risks a lot to do it. He risks his own freedom, his own life. His heart is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Most people are shocked that of all the people in the world I want, it's a man with nothing. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't own a home. He has pennies to his name. He can't even eat. Just like me. We go without so much. And all I want to do is I want to give him a better life. I want to love him. And I don't care who likes it. And I don't care how many rich, pious, mighty, strong men I dump. They will never have his heart. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care if we never get to have anything on our ring finger but a string. I don't care if I'm living under a bridge. As long as it's love, I don't really care. And most think I'm crazy. Most think I'm just a hopeless romantic, just gullible. But as a woman who's been homeless for the last year, and he's been homeless for the last several, maybe I'm not as gullible as people think. Maybe I have a lot of street smarts. I might not be book smart, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two. And I know that goodness can't be bought. I don't care how rich a man is. I don't care how wealthy you are. If you have all the money in the world and your heart can't help someone who's going without food that is in your reality, if you saw them in your day and you turned your shoulder to them, you're greedy and selfish. And I often wonder to myself why the universe doesn't become selfish and greedy with you. Like, maybe you should understand what it feels like. But I also, though, know that that's not my place. It's not my place to condemn you. It's not my place to shame you. And it's not my place to punish you for being greedy. But it is my place to love the non-greedy ones. And I'm going to choose to love my ex-boyfriend. The man that lost everything to be a whistleblower. He lost everything as the world chewed him up and spit him out. He lost his family. He lost the respect of peers. He lost his health. He lost money. He lost jobs. He lost everything because he does not seek after the things in this world. He's not driven by greed. He's not driven by lust. He's not driven by money. He's driven by humility. And if one person on the planet disagrees with my choice in choosing a man with pennies to his name rather than a rich and powerful military man that I am breaking up with, I'm leaving him. I'm not staying with this guy. I'm having him leave my life, and I'm never going to see him again. And when I turn my back to this rich, powerful, mighty man, I'm going to feel so fucking good about myself. Though he's nice to me, kind, he's not what I want. I want a man who, with the last few dollars he had to his name, made sure that young men on the street could have food that day. I want to be with a man that understands human empathy and kindness. And I think it's very ironic how I just talked about that military man that I've been seeing. We've been hooking up for the past few weeks, and ironically, as I'm saying he's leaving my life, he literally just turned on his motorcycle to go to work. Or to go somewhere, I'm not sure. But he literally is leaving right now as I say it. It's very ironic. The timing on that. If anybody has an issue with the man that I am choosing to be with, and that I am choosing to one day marry, you can take it up with somebody who gives a shit. Because it's not going to be me. I would rather be with a reject. The black sheep of the family. The one that everybody ostracized. The whistleblower. The rebel. The guy that everybody says is too damaged. Penniless. Homeless. A pothead. I'd rather be with somebody that, I don't know, at least tried and failed. But also while he was failing, he still saw people in need and gave to them. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe anybody a goddamn explanation for shit. I don't owe you a fucking reason why I choose whom I choose to love. I don't owe one fucking sap on this planet a fucking explanation or a reason for why I choose a man who has a past track record and no home, no car, no job, because he is out here doing God's work as a high priest. And I very much love that while he's on the streets, the divine is providing for him, taking care of him, so that he can take care of others who are on the streets too. So to all you rich and mighty, you'll never know what it's like. You'll never know what it's like to smile and laugh and joke around when you have a bill that's pending and you have $3 to your name. You'll never know what it's like to have the passion of the excitement of both being rebels in this world. You'll never know what it's like to feel how exhilarating it is when you haven't eaten in days and God just suddenly sends you $100 to your bank account just so that you can get food. You'll never know that feeling. You're rich, but you'll always be poor. And I'm poor, and I'll always be rich. And the man that I love, he doesn't have anything in this world. They've taken everything from him, just like they've taken everything from me. And I don't owe anyone an explanation. But last night, I told the gentleman that I've been seeing that I'm done with him. That he's going to be leaving my life. We're not going to be exchanging phone numbers. I'm not going to get to know him after he leaves. And he's leaving in a few days. He's in the military. He's one of the most powerful men I've ever met in my entire life. By far the most powerful man I've ever slept with. But he's definitely the most powerful I've ever really been around. And it doesn't matter. My heart is already sold to a man that every day is a challenge. Every day in this world, he's judged for being less than. He's judged for being poor. He's judged for not having more in his life at his age. He's judged. He's judged a lot, and I am too, and the heart wants what it wants. So to the greedy and the selfish and the self-absorbed, when's the last time you did anything good for anybody but your damn self? When did you give of yourself recently? When did you last see somebody in need and give of yourself? I'm not talking about your family. I'm not talking about your family. Everybody can give to their family. Everybody loves their family. I'm talking, when did you give something that made you a little uncomfortable? So that you could make sure somebody else felt good. I want the man that I want because I'm in love with him. And though a lot of people are angry that love me, they're angry that he dumped me on my birthday. And then went and dated some other girl. I also know that I was on my path to learn some lessons myself. In that I was offered a beautiful man with a beautiful heart and a beautiful bank account. And I don't want it. So there was another guy who entered my life, and I don't want him. I'd rather be with a man who has no home, no car, no privilege. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be with the man that I want to be with. And if that irritates you, you should stay irritated. You know, most people already hate me because I'm happier with nothing than you are with everything. I'm happier than you. And now I'm going to be happier in my love life with a man who is just as penniless as I am. I think we trigger a lot of people because we actually know how to enjoy life without money, without idolizing things, without being attached to things or people or religious organizations. We know how to free ourselves, and some people are really mad about that. And I can't imagine being angry at someone who freed themselves. I couldn't imagine holding that much hatred in my heart towards people who are in love. I don't owe you an explanation. I will do what I want, when I want, if I want, with as long as I want, with whomever I want. And if that irritates you, then you can unsubscribe. You don't ever have to watch me again. I will be with the man of my dreams no matter what comes. And he's literally the man of my dreams. Not because of his money. Not because of his power or his rank. Not because he's some mighty man that is paid for by our U.S. government. Nah. His soul was paid for by Jesus. I prefer that. But the man that I'm leaving behind right now, he wants to still be in my life, but I don't want him in my life. He's powerful and rich, privileged, esteemed, popular, very much a social butterfly. He's got everybody's approval in life, and there's still something I don't know about him. There's still something I don't trust in him. Even though I do feel healed in a way, I feel like he has been healing me in the time we've been together. It's been me healing me. And so I don't trust him. But I trust a man that at rock bottom showed me who he was, vulnerably, openly. A man who, when he had multiple personality disorder, let me in and let me see how damaged he really was. He allowed himself to be expressive and open to me. He told me everything. He's told me things about his childhood. He's told me about past criminal records. He's told me about money issues. Like, this man has been transparent with me since the very beginning. And I trust him with my life. And yeah, he might not have much, but he has my heart. And yeah, that might not mean much to a lot of people, but it means a lot to me. And I'm one girl. I'm not about to change the world with my story. You don't even know me. You'll never know me. But I am here to tell you and anyone listening and the man that I've been sleeping with, I no longer want to be with the rich and the mighty. I don't care. I'd rather have the humble and the weak in spirit. I'd rather meet people who they go without on a daily basis. And I want to find those people. And I want to teach them how to use their mind. I want to teach them everything I've learned about the universe. I want to teach them how I instantly manifest. I want to teach them the ways of manifestation. I want to teach them that they are the creator, that they can have anything they want. And I only want to teach those ones. I no longer want to give to the rich and the pious and the pompous. Fuck you. With your greedy hearts. You have everything. You have more money than God. And you do nothing good with it. You have all this charisma and charm and all this public sway. And what do you do with it? How do you enhance people's lives? How do you benefit others with it? What do you do with it? What do you do with all that public notoriety? What do you do when you have 500,000 subscribers? What do you do when you're an influencer? What do you do when you have millions of dollars? What do you do? What do you actually do? Do you convince people to go to your church? Do you convince people that they need to go worship a celebrity? Do you convince people they need to worship their bank account? What is it that you do when you have so much? Do you help those with so little? What are your intentions for having that fucking much, huh? And whomever gave you that much maybe should really reconsider some things. But again, that's not my business. That's between you and the one that gave it to you. I'm not here for those pompous, self-religious, self-indulgent people anymore. I don't fucking care. I'm not here for you. I can't even stand to breathe the same oxygen as you. I can't stand to be in a room with your ego in it. So many selfish, greedy people who have seen others at rock bottom and did nothing. You just walked right on past. You allowed people to go hungry. You saw someone asking for something, begging for something, food maybe, or a place to live, or just a hug. And you mocked them. You laughed in their face. You shunned them. Shame on you. No, really, it is shame on you. It's not shame on them. There is no shame in asking for help. There is no shame in asking the good Lord to provide help through people that you meet. There is no shame in asking for help. Admitting that you're struggling right now in life and that there is no shame in that. The shame comes from the evil hearts that refuse to help others. And if it were up to me, and honestly, who knows anymore if it is or not? I wish it were. If it were up to me, the greedy would manifest more greedy people just like themselves. Narcissists deserve narcissists. Empathic people deserve empathic, sweet, kind people. I'd like to think that the universe is fair and balanced in that way. I want to live my life for the ones that live with their eyes open and their hands held out for blessings. And any man who comes into my life acting like he is entitled to something, fuck you. You're not entitled to shit. You're not entitled to my love. You're not entitled to my healing. You're not entitled to my body. You're not entitled to the future that I have planned for myself. You're not entitled to the spiritual provisions, the connection to source that I have. You're not entitled to jack shit. Go get your own fucking blessings. If you're that good of a guy, go get your own fucking blessings. If you're that upright and you're that divine and holy, then go get your own shit. You're done getting mine. And I really don't give a fuck who this offends. I am turning down yet another rich man so that I can have a man with no car, no home, no money. Because I'm in love, and I love love, and I don't give a fuck who likes it or not. It's not your life. If I fumble and I screw up and my life is somehow shit, I guess that's on me then. But I really believe with everything that I am that God blesses people like he and I. That the universe itself loves lovers and would do anything for us to make sure that we're safe. And put a roof over our head and food on our tables. So, I'd rather choose love. I'd rather date Robin Hood than Bruce Wayne. Fuck that. Fuck that and fuck your money. Fuck your money that you were never going to share with me anyway. Fuck your money that you hoard and never want to give away. Fuck that. Same with energy. Fuck anybody who wants to hoard all of their energy to themselves while in a relationship with me. Or ironically, would give all these compliments and energy to everyone else except me. Yet I'm the one pouring into your ass. I don't think so. That's what it's like dating a very powerful rich man. And I already know because I divorced in 2019. I divorced a powerful rich man. The most powerful person in our small little community that we had was he was really worked up the ranks. He was he was at the time I met him filing bankruptcy. It's just crazy how when I met my husband, he had nothing, or so I thought, but his intentions while having nothing was not the same as this man that I'm in love with now. This man that I'm in love with now, he's been homeless for years. Because in 2019, he went and told everybody about what is happening with the government and with what they're doing to our bodies. And he wanted to sleep well at night knowing that his soul was right with God. This man is the most beautiful man I've ever met. And I'm honored. I would be honored to still have him in my life. He wanted to care for people's bodies when they're about to get the jab. And he said, please don't get it. Please don't get it. And his loved one said, I want the money. I need the money. It was like $500. And even though he didn't have a ton, he said, I'll pay you the $500. Just don't get it. And he was betrayed. He was betrayed by his loved ones. Some of his loved ones really truly did save themselves because of it, but this man is the most beautiful man I've ever met in my life. And he has been down to rock bottom because of his love for people. And that's why I choose him. Always. I will always choose him. I will never choose anyone else. And I don't care who knows it. I don't care how angry you get. I don't care if the man I just broke up with last night, I don't care if he hates my guts for the next million years. I'm not changing my mind. I'd rather have a man with no money, no car, no job, no what is it, retirement plan, no 401k, nothing like that. Doesn't have a big following. Dude doesn't even have, like, a pot to piss in most days. But you know he does, because God has put a roof over his head. God is good. He might be traveling as a nomad, as a gypsy, as a high priest, but God does provide for him. Whether it's sleeping on somebody's couch or in a shelter, there is a roof over his head, because God loves him. God favors that man, and I favor him too. And so I'm going to end things with the man that has been hooking up with me the last couple weeks. We've been seeing each other for a few weeks now, and he wanted to stay in touch. He wanted to stay in contact when he leaves. And I'm not going to. And I told him that last night, that this is better this way. I don't want him. I want the man that my heart already belongs to, my heart, my soul, my mind. I've already been in love. I don't care what the universe does to us. I don't care if I'm with him living under a bridge. At least I'll be able to say that I can do that. At least I'll be able to say I chose love, while others chose money and power and status and ranking. This man that I've been with the last few weeks, like, he's a very high-ranking military official, very rich. Money for days, travels for a living, has a very, very cushy life. And you know, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. Not at all. I actually really like him. He's very kind and very empathic and sweet and emotional. But there's something about him I don't trust. Anyone who is paid for by the U.S. government, I don't know that I can ever really trust, to be honest. That's just me. I might have slept with him, then I might have hung out with him. But he's not the type of man I'll ever marry. So I'm ending things with him, and I'm telling him that I'm cutting cords, and I'll be forgetting he exists soon enough. And that's what I told him last night, that I'm letting go. And I don't think he liked that very much. He was up to that point expecting that we would still be together, but I told him that my ex had come back into my life recently, and he was like shocked. He was like, wow, you know, like, are you going to try to rekindle that? And that's been my heart's desire this entire time. I didn't tell him that, but I had to learn lessons about what I want, and I had to see what I don't want. There's nothing wrong with rich men. There's nothing wrong with having a nice, stable job. There's nothing wrong with working for the military. There's nothing wrong in anything that he has ever done, this man, to me. Never once has he harmed me. Never once has he hurt me. But my heart belongs to somebody a lot lower. Somebody with barely anything to his name. A Jack Dawson. A man who, while being on this planet of the rich and wealthy and like knowing how the universe works, he knows he can manifest anything out of thin air. He still doesn't choose to pursue money in the same way that most do. It's not that he doesn't see the value in financial abundance. It's just that that's not his main deciding factor in any choices that he makes. I don't even have food in my fridge right now. I don't even have food in my home. And I don't know where I'm going to be in a few days. But I can at least genuinely say with everything I've got that I know my soul is fed and my soul is safe. Because I'm not here for that. I'm not here for the worldly shit. I'm here for love. And I'm here to inspire people to have that. I'm here to show people what God can do. I'm here to show people what the universe itself can do to love you and to get you out of bad situations if you only ask and if you only want help. And that's what I want. I want help. And that's exactly why I'm letting my heart lead me. Because I've seen way too many rich people with their head leading them and their bank accounts leading them and their social media leading them. And I'd rather have my heart lead me, even if it means I don't have money. I have a lot more than money. I have a spiritual inheritance. I'm rich in spirit, which is a lot more than a lot of people can say. So if you've been watching my channel lately and you're like, who's she going to choose? The new soulmate that showed up, who's handsome and charismatic and has a really high status, and he's a very powerful military man, a leader, a real leader, or a high priest, a spiritual man, a Native American that has nothing to his name, doesn't know where he's going to live any other given day, has no public support really because he's just a ghost. I'm going to love the one that risked everything to love me, who risks his life daily to heal me and others. I'm going to choose the better man. I'm going to choose the man with nothing. And I'm going to do so publicly. And I'm going to do so boldly. And I'm going to do so with intent on getting him back and marrying him and living forever with him. Then I'm going to manifest our success, our rags to riches story together. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it. And if that means living under a bridge with him, then so be it. I will enjoy that as well. But it's not just going to be my rags to riches anymore. Now it's his too. And I'm here for that because he suffered way too much. He's a powerful man as well. It might not look it in his bank account. It might not look it in the things that he doesn't own. How he can fit everything he owns in a duffel bag, just like myself. But there's the content of character that he has. He's pure love. And I'm in love with him. And I will never not be in love with this man. And so, I'm cutting this other man loose. He and I agreed that we were just a fling. We were just a hookup. I don't owe him anything and he doesn't owe me anything. There is zero contract. We have zero binding agreements. He's not required to stay in my life, and I'm not required to stay in his. We played it all above board when we hooked up with each other. We just knew that we were rebounds, and that's it. I don't owe him anything. I don't owe him my future. I don't owe him a phone number. I don't owe him my body. I don't owe him anything. And he doesn't owe me either. He doesn't owe me remembering things like our union or our love, or he doesn't owe me money. He doesn't owe me an explanation as to whom he's dating or who he's not dating. He doesn't owe me anything. I'm going to end things with a very rich and powerful man in hopes of manifesting a man who broke up with me on my birthday, who has wanted me to see him as such a douchebag that I never talked to him again because he thought I deserved a better man than him. Nah, I deserve the best. I deserve the best. And so I deserve him. I deserve a man who, when the world was ending, was willing to pay people his own money so that people didn't put chemicals and harm into their body. I want the man that had dox threats and death threats, and I want the man that was fighting at rock bottom just like I was, just to survive. Homeless for years, struggling to even eat food, yet has never been on food stamps. I've never been on food stamps. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I didn't really want to take that route so much. I wanted to rely on other means. But to see that at rock bottom, when he has nothing to his name, he still gives of himself. I do really like this man that I was with, though. I really like that he was so kind to me over the last few weeks and so open-minded about my gifts. And he was kind to me. And he made me feel better. He was sweet. And he helped me a lot. There was a lot of growth I had in the last few weeks because of that man. He cared about me. And I think he even loved me, honestly. I love him. I can feel it. But he's not the one that I want. My heart already belongs to someone else. My heart is... It already knows what it knows. It wants who it wants. And though most would probably think it's weird to want somebody with nothing in this world, he has everything in another world. He has everything in the spirit world. Just like myself, those who bless me bless themselves because God sent me. I have a lot of spiritual provisions. I am spiritually protected. I'm spiritually abundant. And I'm going to continue choosing love, and I'll continue choosing the man that has nothing because he has my heart. I'm in love. I can't get over him. So, though there's not much there right now, I am manifesting him back into my life willingly. And I'm pushing out anybody else that isn't him. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Any other man that wishes to be with me, it's not going to happen. So I've already made up my mind. And this is basically me just saying that to the whole world of the greedy and the selfish and the self-absorbed, you're soon about to find that you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And when love hits this planet, it's a frequency that will expose how greedy you are. And you're going to be matched with people who are equally as greedy as you. You watched for a whole year as I suffered. Not all of you, but some of you. You watched as the homeless people in general suffered. You watched as widows cried, or men who were broken up with, or whatever, like somebody needed a helping hand, a hug. And the greedy and selfish, you did nothing with your silver spoon in your mouth. The high and mighty are soon about to fall. And you're going to see it. The first shall become last, and the last shall become first. And I'm just letting you know that the man that I love more than life itself, he is very much at the bottom, but he won't be there for long. Nor will I. And I'm happy to love him. It is my privilege and it's my honor to love a man like that. A man so beautiful, so mesmerizing, so passionate, so healing, so divine, so perfect. I'm going to love him into riches. I've seen what I can do as a woman. I was with my ex-husband 8.5 years, and he went from the lowest paid man at his job to the CEO's best friend, where he got to start a sister company for his boss. He got to go be basically a second CEO. He got to fly to private islands, and he'd get a new car lease every 3 months, and he had such a lavish life. And he didn't deserve a damn drop of it. The month after I divorced him, he made $50,000 profit on our house. $50,000, and I got zero of it. He never even contacted me to say, could I help you get groceries? I got about 1/7 of what I was owed in a divorce settlement. I got pennies when I deserved so much more. I ended up living in my car. I found myself in a homeless shelter. Basically, the greedy and the selfish are about to realize who pays your bills. It's the same universe that pays mine. The difference is I have a heart and ethics and a sense of morality. And that's why I'm at rock bottom. And the man that I love that's at rock bottom with me, he's homeless, just like me. He doesn't have a family, just like me. He's abandoned by a lot of people, and that's okay. He still has a head on his shoulders. He still fights to see another day. He still tries to encourage others to believe in better. I'm in love with him. And though I just recently was asked by this man that I know, a very rich man with money and military status, and just a powerful man, There'd be a powerful man on my arm, that's for sure. Even though I was asked to still be in his life and to see where this goes. I'm ending it willingly, just like I ended my marriage willingly. You can't buy a heart of gold. You can't buy a goddess. You can't buy an empress. You can't buy a queen. And I know that I am that. Just because I don't have a crown on my head and people every day telling me I'm a queen and I'm royalty doesn't mean that I don't see myself as royalty. You could take a queen out of the palace and put her with the impoverished, and she'll still know that she's a queen. And she'll also know that the impoverished are human beings. They are love. They are God. They're gods. And fuck a crown. Who gives a fuck about a crown? Fuck your money. Fuck your gold. Fuck your crowns. Fuck your status. Fuck your influence. Fuck your holier than thou attitude. Fuck you. A real queen is a queen of the people anyway. And the real people at rock bottom deserve to know that they're fucking gods and that they can have anything they want and that they shouldn't be suffering anymore. So fuck your crown. I'd rather live under a bridge with the love of my life and struggle to get by and at least know that I can sleep well at night, knowing that my soul does good for good people. I will willingly leave this man in the same way I willingly left my ex-husband. When I had $300 to my name, no car, no friends, no family, nowhere to go to, nowhere to turn to. And I still knew I had to leave my husband because I was not in love and I knew that it wasn't what I wanted. And I found the man that I was looking for. I found him. And I'm manifesting him back into my life. And if anyone has a problem with that, I suppose you should take it up with somebody who gives a fuck, because it isn't this girl. I will be with whomever I want. I will give my spiritual provisions to anyone I damn well please. I will give my prayers, my spiritual blessings, my godly gifts, my psychic awareness. I will give my healing abilities to whomever the fuck I please. And I choose this man with pennies to his name, with a criminal background, a pothead, with no home, no car, and no real drive and ambition to stay in this 3D rat race. I will give my love to whomever I fucking well please. And I'm going to give it to a guy with pennies to his name and a heart of pure gold. I'll help get that man out of pain. I'll help that man heal. I'll help that man get the jobs that he loves and money that he desperately needs. I'll help that man avoid pitfalls in life. I'll give him a better life. Because if there's going to be any man that this goddess helps, it's going to be a man worth his weight in gold. And that's him. And I'm going to help other people in the same way. I want to help those that are less fortunate. I'm less fortunate. And I want to help those just like me. But I'm also most fortunate. And I want to help those just like me. I love the divine beings that are earth angels on this planet. And they are kicked down to nothing. They are the ones that sleep on the park benches. They're the ones that eat out of the dumpsters. All I want to do is teach them. I want to teach them the laws of the universe. I want to teach them how to draw boundaries, how to heal themselves, how to manifest out of thin air, how to be magical. I want to teach them magic. I want to teach the good ones the magic that I know. And the same with my boyfriend, who is very much a practitioner. He's an occultist. He understands the dark arts. And a real true magician, a good magician, would share his tricks. A good magician would want everybody to know that they are a good magician. And so my rags to riches story is about to happen, and I'm going to take a man with me. He's in rags too. And he deserves way better as well. And I'm in love with him, and I'm giving up every other man that isn't him. And if you would like to watch and stay a while, subscribe, that'd be great. If you don't want to, that's okay as well. But I just wanted to give a public service announcement that I have decided on who I want to be with. And though I know you guys are excited to hear more about that military man, I'm not. I don't care to hear more about him. I love him. I want him to have a beautiful life. He deserves a beautiful life. But I don't want him. I want the one that I want. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. And see, I saw your comment. That's incredible. Well, I'm sorry that I was right about that in your reading. But yes, I very much remember giving you that reading about how you wouldn't like your job and you telling me that you love it. And I said, well, it's okay. It's okay. I get the whole doubting me thing. Lots of people doubt me. I wish that people would stop. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening. Bye.